So the film's about two sisters who have been orphaned, and they live alone together in a house in southeast Portland. And the one sister is old enough to take care, legally old enough to take care of the younger sister. It's kind of an urban fairy tale. A man comes into her life, dating the older sister, notices that there's basically like a power vacuum, and tries to take advantage of them.
I play the elder sister to Rachel. She is very eccentric. She expresses herself through performance in a nightclub setting. She brings a lot of artistic merit to that setting, which is sort of rare. She's doing her best to raise her younger sister without parents, and she's very attached to her, and she's terrified of the thought of her younger sister leaving her by herself.
How did this film come your way? How did you get involved in getting the role, getting involved with the film?
I actually found it on Craigslist, which doesn't happen very often. I was very intrigued by the audition process. Normally they have you read a monologue, and Steven had asked that I write a monologue from the perspective of a friend of mine or someone that I know very closely. And so I did that, and I have a very interesting friend named Aurora, and I followed her around for weeks and studied her behavior and wrote a monologue from her perspective, and it was an open call, and I did that, and then he asked me, so show me something else, which I had not prepared for, and I stumbled over that, and he still cast me for whatever reason. You'll have to ask him about that.
Birds, it's a darker film, and the subject matter is difficult to process sometimes, and that's why I love it as a film. It's such an important film, and it's a risky film, and it's kind of work I want to be involved with. But to be somewhere that made me feel so safe and comfortable and loved, and just there was a sense of camaraderie and familial love. I just loved working with the people, and when we wrapped, I was so depressed. So I love that. And also, I loved the music involved with the film. My character, Rachel, is a musician. I'm also a musician in real life, so it's such a treat to be able to play something like that.
It's difficult when people ask me that. It's not really a plot-driven film. There is a plot, but it really, to me, feels like a character study about these two sisters and the world that they create together in this house, left to their own devices. And I mean, I see it best from my character's perspective. It's about fear of isolation and longing for some kind of deeper connection with people and finding the wrong people to provide that, I guess.
We had a world premiere at Slamdance. We're in the Beyond category, which is for films, for filmmakers who have done more than one film, because Slamdance is typically for first-time features. This is my second feature. Last time we were at Arizona International Film Festival, and this is our third festival. I mean, we've gotten really positive press. Arizona, we won the Best Dramatic Feature Award, and Britt won the award for Best Performance. So being our second festival and this being our third, it's been doing really well.
Talk to me about festival experiences. As an actress going to festivals, promoting your film, what's that like?
Oh, it's so much fun. Yeah. It's great. There's no pressure because I don't have to perform. My performance is already recorded and people can come and watch it, and I just get to show up as myself and talk about it. And I've met so many amazing people and fascinating filmmakers. I've seen a lot of films that I'm in love with.
I mean, it's a beautiful setting. It's an absolutely gorgeous setting. I think what Paul Sabrizi is doing and Shira is great. And I do see this festival getting bigger and more important every year, getting more noticed. I mean, they have a really good slate of films here.
Films hardly get their financing money, let alone marketing, distribution, all that later. So when it comes to the whole festival thing, is this something you need to think about? Because obviously as an actress you want the exposure when the film is getting some love in the spotlight. Do you have to like put together a separate budget for yourself to travel just to be at festivals? How
Oh,
does that work?
absolutely. I'm working 5 jobs right now, so I'm working very hard. I picked up a lot of extra work to come to this festival specifically, and I mean, we can get into my finances, but I don't think you want to know. It's very depressing. But yeah, I mean, it's a lot of work, but it's worth it. This festival exists to honor filmmakers, and I'm very honored to be here, and it's worth every penny. And I would starve for weeks to come here.
The nature's so beautiful. I can't stop talking about how pretty it is. And oh, the oxygen. You know, coming from LA, you come here and you're like, oh, I can breathe real oxygen. It's so pretty. Everything looks like a painting. And it's been fun because friends I've made along the way on the film circuit from Slamdance, from Arizona International Film Fest, which were the 2 stops we got, the film had before coming here. I've had friends from those fests be here as well. And it's so fun to catch up with them and then to meet new people. And I love connecting with filmmakers, especially indie filmmakers, because I hope to work with them in the future.
Last but not least, that brings up a good question. You know, part of being a film festival and film functions is schmoozing. Are you a schmoozer?
I don't think so. I hope not. I'm like loud and crazy, so if that's schmoozing, then that's schmoozing. I love meeting people and I love going to parties. Look at all these wristbands. These are all parties. So I don't know if that's schmoozing, sure, but I don't think I'm a schmoozer. I hope.